One of my son's favorite breads from the Bread Habit series was the dinner rolls. I can't remember what day it was in the series though. I'm going to replicate it then again. Obviously not weigh anything though. So plain flour in, full sachet yeast, pinch of sugar, 2 heavy pinches of kosher salt. If you're using table salt, slightly less, but like still 2 pinches, just maybe not heavy pinches. Give that a mix. What made the dinner rolls so soft was the fat I added into it. So I'm gonna add a good healthy knob. Oh, is that healthy? Healthy knob of butter. And then going in with our hotter than tepid water, and then the butter will like dissolve and in-ish. I'll just kind of mush it in like. And I'm just gonna mix this until it starts to come together. But because I want to form it into balls, I'm obviously not gonna make it too wet, but it's still gonna be like a fairly wet-ish dough. This is only 23 seconds of mixing here. Give that a mix for a minute. Fairly moist dough. Not very smooth at all, and there's a big lump of butter, but it doesn't matter, it's fine. I'm just gonna cover this and let it sit on the counter for, I don't know, I'll tell you when I come back. Okay, so this sat for around 40 minutes. So to make your dough not stick to your hands, you're just gonna wet it first. And I'm just gonna do some stretch and folds. Under the dough, lift up, give it a wiggle and over. Under the dough, lift it up, give it a wiggle and over. Cover and I'll let it sit for, I don't know, we'll see. I didn't mean to leave this on the counter for over 2 hours, but it's just the way it happened. It's also a little bit like dried out on top. It's great. I feel like it's gonna be pretty wet when I take it out. I'm just gonna flour my hands. I'll really lightly flour the worktop. Oh yeah, it's pretty. Oh my god, it feels so soft though. Okay, a little bit of flour. Just give it a bit of a stretch there. Oh my god. Okay, so just press it down, and I'm just going to cut this into like size pieces. Go down the middle first, and then the reason I'm not going fully across is because my knife just isn't long enough. That's why I'm doing it like this. And then I'm just going to pull these pieces apart. If you notice that one piece is considerably bigger than another piece, like this is a really baby piece, that's like a little bit bigger, you can take it off if you want and just put it with that one. I have 2 containers. I'm going to do one for ourselves, and then my best friend just went on mat leave, so I'm going to make her one as well. I'm just going to get an old butter wrapper and just butter the dish. Don't really want any flour on this because I want the dough to be able to catch on the worktop. So when I get my hand into a C shape, I'm gonna go start from the one side, pull around and push, and it will kind of gather the dough at the bottom. If it's not gathering, you can also just get your fingers, pinch and twist, and that will do the job. In this case, it's nearly better to flour your hands than the worktop. And just repeat the process. So that just happened to work out that I had 3 pieces for the little container and then 9 pieces for my container. You can also use 2 hands to do this by getting your fingers underneath, and then you're just gonna roll and kind of push your fingers underneath the dough, and that'll help it kind of gather at the bottom. Put them into this dish. I just made sure that there was a little gap around the outside and they weren't touching. But also, if they are touching it together, it's grand. I'm just gonna get some butter and put them on top of these. It doesn't need to be melted butter, it can just be soft butter, but honestly, I just melted this a bit too much. It's grand. Use my fingers to rub it around. I prefer to do this after I form the dough and put it in a container, just so I'm not messing with the dough after it's risen again. I'm waiting on my friend to get back to me to see what toppings she wants, so I'm just gonna put this aside for the second. And I'm gonna do sesame seeds on this one, poppy seeds on this. I'm gonna do a mixed seed on this, which is pumpkin seed, sesame seed, linseed, and flax seeds. And I'm just gonna let them sit for a while to proof a little bit more and bake them off. Okay. And Laura wants poppy seeds, so I'm just gonna douse them in poppy seeds. But I'm not dropping this off to her until tomorrow, so I'm actually gonna pop this into the fridge overnight for at least 17 hours and actually bake them off in the morning fresh. By no means perfectly coated in poppy seeds, but they're grand. These have been sitting for around a half an hour now, and I'm just gonna pop them into a 200-degree oven. They ended up being in for just under 30 minutes, and they look so good and soft again. I just wanna eat one straight away. Oh my god. Oh, lads. Okay, maybe I'll just like slightly let it cool down for a second. Would I? These look more like blahs than the blahs I made did. Oh my god. Bit of Kerrygold butter. Look at that. So good. Okay, go on, pop the kettle on and get cooking. Slow on.